Live. Good evening and welcome to the NTX Podcast. This evening on our special 24th episode, we discuss whether or not Jeff Gordon is a bitch and why the answer is yes. But without further ado, I am joined by my friends
Mateo
and JT
and IMD. So how's everybody doing?
That's the most professional intro this podcast has ever had.
Yeah.
will ever have.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
You look so clean cut. You nailed it. It only took 3 tries.
4.
No, I think the recording will reflect one.
It will only reflect
First
one.
try.
Turtles.
All the way down.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a lot of turtles.
Yeah, and we're already off track.
Of course, right off the bat. As D said, this is episode 24.
24.
Also known as the number for Jeff Gordon.
And we all know how Mateo feels about Jeff Gordon.
Yep.
Yes.
So we're going to go straight into that. But first,
We are not sponsored tonight.
I'm actually only going to show you the first 6-pack.
Okay, that's cool. It's Shiner.
Shiner Cerveza.
Cerveza.
Interesting. Where's
So
my beer?
like-
Where's my beer salt?
I don't know. I saw this and I was like, I want to try that one.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we'll see how this one goes. I will bring out the next 6-pack when the time is right.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
I think I have an idea.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess it's a good time for a disclaimer. Yeah, we are not NASCAR fans, nor do we claim to be.
Nope.
Nobody in this room gives a shit.
I think we know more about Ricky Bobby than we do about Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, so we're going to do one of those things where we'll offend like half of the people that actually like Jeff Gordon, and then we'll offend the rest of
He
the
doesn't
NASCAR.
race anymore, does he? He's done?
He's
Yeah,
retired.
Yeah, he is retired. Although I will say, if you take a pie chart of people who listen to this podcast and a pie chart of people who know anything about NASCAR, it's not going to overlap much.
I think you could just do the pie chart of people that listen to this podcast and the rest of the population, and it won't overlap very much either.
Yeah, we're within the margin of error for the population at large.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
But yeah.
So before we jump into why Jeff Gordon sucks, I prepared something. And
Okay.
I feel like it's a good way to start. This is a haiku.
Oh God, I hate these. You and your
NASCAR,
heckies.
go fast, left. Jeff Gordon, 24 car. Go fuck yourself hard. And thank you.
I feel like my life has lost some kind of value after that.
Fuck you, I worked really hard on that.
Oh, you made that yourself?
Yeah. That's by JT.
We can delete that part of the recording if you want afterwards.
No.
Where you claim that you made that yourself.
Fuck you. All haikus suck. Except for YouTube haiku. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened.
No, that's purely why I hate haikus. It's
I
because
know,
of that
and that's
shitty
why
ass
I love 'em.
subreddit. Yeah, anyway.
Isn't there people that will, like, comment haikus on Reddit? That's all they do?
I think
People
so.
that do
Bit
everything.
accounts?
I think haikus are like... They're like the hand job of poetry.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Speaking of hand jobs, did you see that turtle?
Yeah, the crab was getting the downward dog.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So that
Is that statutory or is that forcible?
Oh,
I think that's
no.
forcible.
Brand got himself a turtle. Before we go too far off, Game of Thrones. Did you see Alt Shift X just now put out episode 6?
I mean, he doesn't have anything to really.
It was like a
worry
month
about.
ago.
Yeah, it was like a month
It's
ago.
pretty good.
Yeah.
His bit right at the end explains all of the problems with it. So I recommend going and watching it.
I'll check it out.
I haven't watched any of them, but I should.
At this point, it doesn't really matter. He is going to continue doing them for books and other shows. So
Yeah, he does. He already did it for.
Westworld.
Well, not just for Westworld, for Stranger Things. And Stranger Things
he
comes
does?
out in
Stranger
July.
Things
So
comes back.
Oh yeah.
July 3rd or something.
Have you seen the promo for Westworld 3? Season 3?
not yet.
I think it has Jesse Pinkman in it.
Oh really?
Like the thumbnail on YouTube looks like him, but I don't want to watch it because I haven't finished the
Two?
second one.
We'll discuss. We might pick up Stranger Things, because that's only a month away here.
We can do Stranger Things. I probably need to go rewatch the first season because
You do.
I only watched. Well, I have rewatched some of it, but
Yeah. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
why does Jeff Gordon suck, Matt? Teo,
Can we start with the story?
What
Yep.
story?
It's not really in depth, but
why we hate Jeff Gordon?
Jeff Gordon
Because
is a
Blue
blank.
hates him. Oh, a queer?
You
Ugh.
can't say that,
That's
man.
why I said blank.
I did want to end. I couldn't incorporate that into my haiku for obvious reasons, but
Yeah.
it kept
You
popping
could.
in my head.
I was just going to say he's as folk, but that works.
Yeah, I don't remember why he doesn't like him, but that was just our bit when we went to NASCAR races.
So,
No, there's a very specific reason.
As
if
we
I remember
mentioned-
correctly.
we don't like NASCAR, nor did we. We had a friend who loosely did, but what we did like in college was drinking.
And any excuse to go get hammered.
And
Yeah.
let's face it,
NASCAR is wild.
NASCAR fans can drink with the best of them. So when we went to
Been
NASCAR
shitty there a
several
couple
times,
times, yeah.
And IndyCar.
yeah, pretty much.
Didn't get as messed
Wow.
up at IndyCar.
I beg to differ.
Yeah.
I
Even a
remember all
truck
of
series
IndyCar.
or two.
I shaved my head after an IndyCar race.
It's
Maybe I
true.
didn't go with y'all to that one.
Yeah.
That was the last time I had a full head of hair.
I remember throwing up after NASCAR one time.
Danica Patrick.
Oh,
Sucks.
Jeff Gordon fought the first time we went, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he?
With his helmet on.
Yeah. At the end.
Was that a P move?
Yeah,
That's totally. Yes.
it is. But I don't remember. If y'all know why we don't like him, I don't know why.
I
But-
was under the impression, I wasn't at this first race, but I think I know the story was
Because
that,
we didn't like him before we went to
well,
the race.
y'all went up into the stands where
In
the
the
cooler,
stands.
well, and the reason why we really like it is you can bring beer into the stadium, right?
Yeah.
That was the bit.
Plus,
Like, you-
there's camping, so
Oh.
people are just there getting drunk 24/7.
Yeah.
But yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
It's
so-
particular time, yeah.
it was either the first time or something. Y'all were up in there. I don't think I was there for this one.
In
but
the stands.
in the stands, and there was somebody in a Jeff Gordon jacket that kept standing up and like cheering Jeff Gordon when he went by. And so it was either Blue or I thought it was you. Every time that guy stood up, would say Jeff Gordon's a Q.
Yeah.
I thought that was the story.
No, the story was we were sitting with some people, and there was a girl that was pretty friendly.
She just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And sat next to me.
Yeah, and Mateo is trying to talk up a story, and he asks her like who her
Starting to
favorite
chat her up, you know.
driver is.
She said
And
Jeff
she's
Gordon.
very friendly. She's like, "Oh, Jeff Gordon," and he just
My face like goes
In-
from smiling to
in his
Jeff
know
Gordon's
when
a
he
cute.
does that that Matty Bo switch.
Yeah.
and he just says Jeff Gordon's a.
so then every lap
Oh.
he came by, I said Jeff Gordon's a good.
Yeah, you
Okay,
just
that may
kept-
be where I get in the every lap thing. All right, then.
For about 3 laps and then she left.
Yeah. So
But she had a boyfriend. Because the dude came and sat with her later.
doesn't mean
But she
you-
was by herself.
you
at
treat
first.
a person like that.
We were hammered. And she likes
But-
the loser as her favorite rider, driver, whatever. So,
Fair enough. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
but I don't know where it initially started.
Drunk
'cause when we
historian.
went there, we didn't like him at first, but that's because Blue didn't like him. Because Blue was more of a NASCAR person than anyone.
Objectively, I'd agree. I don't think anybody disagree.
So we kind of need Blue to tell us why he hates Jeff Gordon.
Most people dislike Jeff Gordon because he doesn't fit the mold of a NASCAR
That's
driver.
what I learned in my research. Is that he's from California. He's a California dude. Everybody else is Southern. He was young, and he won immediately, and he was aggressive on the track. Like he would block people and move cars out of the way and stuff.
He's not a hick. He doesn't look like it. He doesn't dress the part.
Yeah,
I said I compared
People
him
thought he was
to
cocky.
Tom Brady, not just because
yeah.
of the winning part, but because he's kind of a pretty boy.
Okay.
He doesn't look like Dale.
Same thing with Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
So it's,
That's why they're on the same team, or they were on the same team.
so it's kind of like in the historical documentary Talladega Nights, whenever the foofy French person comes in.
That would be it. Yeah.
Yep, because NASCAR didn't like change, and he came in, young dude, California, started winning,
Hmm.
and he was aggressive.
Do you think you could drive a NASCAR around a track?
No.
Yeah. 1 lap. I mean, I'm not going 180, but I could do it at 20 miles an hour.
No.
No, you can't. You have to go fast.
Do I have
Go
to?
ahead and tell the story about the The F1 driver.
Oh, yeah. So I can't remember if it was sponsored by Top Gear, but it was some racing television. But they took an F1 driver and put him in a NASCAR, and then took a NASCAR driver and put him in an F1 car and sent him around the track, and then talked to him afterwards. And the NASCAR driver was, blown away by how technical the car was and how well it handled, and especially the brakes. And then the F1 driver was like, that car jumps and slides all over the fucking place, and it's a ton of fun to drive, but man, is it scary.
Yeah, I didn't say it's like that thing's trying to kill me.
Yeah, they drift around those corners.
Yeah.
You can't tell on TV, but if you go, you can see it.
Yeah.
They're getting a little sideways on the turns.
They're going 4 wide into turn 3. 4 wide.
You can stand up there and get hit by rubber.
So I understand why people like NASCAR for going to the races and the noise, the experience, the drinking.
It still was pretty
event.
cool when the race started, and like the rumble is so loud. That was pretty cool.
It is unbelievable how loud those cars are, especially when they get up to full speed and start going around.
God.
Yeah.
Even just one car going around that track, because I used to work at the office building that was out there, and there would be one car going around, and it's just deafeningly loud through plate glass windows.
And I'm a little bitch, but the burning rubber would just destroy my eyes at the races.
Well, when they go by, you could feel like chunks of shit flying off.
If you're standing on the corner.
Yeah.
You're sure if you had a white shirt on it, you got little black specks on it.
Yeah.
So I get that. What I don't understand is why people watch NASCAR on TV.
They love NASCAR, dude. They love racing.
I don't know.
It's going away, though.
So my extended family would watch it every Saturday, Sunday, whatever. They liked it. And I, by proxy watched it. I don't follow it.
They watch it for the crashes.
They like Junior, so, but
Junior.
I don't know. Junior. I mean, the crashes are cool. I don't know. It's kind of like basketball where, like, sometimes the last 15 minutes are cool. The whole race sucks. But other times, like, the race is over, like, an hour into the race.
Fair enough.
Which they're trying to combat now, with the whole breaking down, which I don't know if you've heard about that.
Nope.
They break the race into thirds now.
Oh,
so they stop the race and they start it back up. So they catch everybody back up. But I don't know. I think we've covered Jeff Gordon.
I guess we have. That was about 10 minutes on Jeff Gordon.
Yeah. He's still a bitch.
I said 15, but...
We could talk about how different IndyCar was than NASCAR. Indy's not as loud. They go faster. But
and
I was disappointed by the lack of noise.
They're still pretty loud.
Yeah, I mean, they're loud, but
I think they're
not rumbling the stadium loud.
So you know how our group, like, we kind of came together as a hockey group in general? Like, we are all big hockey fans.
Yeah.
And we like the Cowboys. We like the Stars.
Bullets.
And we have enjoyed the Mavericks when they're winning and baseball, obviously. But we all kind of prefer a certain sport. There is no bigger hatred or rivalry between fan bases than F1 and NASCAR.
Really?
Yeah. That's
like,
true.
they think that each other is trash.
Yeah. I get that.
And they will go toe-to-toe on that.
And
that is interesting.
It's tough to really get vested in it because up until the last decade, we really haven't anything close to us to really follow. Now we've got...
I want to go to that race.
And
I want to go to that race so bad.
Fucking
and Austin?
so hard.
Yeah.
Is it still ridiculously crowded with people? Super
maybe.
hard to get tickets? Because I remember when that first opened,
It's not cheap.
You could not get tickets.
I remember it not being too difficult to get tickets. You just have to be willing to pay for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like they're $200 or something.
Yeah, if not
That's
more.
way too more.
Yeah. 1 year we'll go.
I bought some expensive tickets this week.
What'd you buy?
For November. For your favorite podcaster.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Joe Rogan's going to be at
Oh, yeah. I saw
Airline
The
Center.
second I saw those pop up, I was like, I already know JT.
Speaking of shows coming soon, did y'all see Blink?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
saw
coming
you
to-
like that.
I'm
They're
going.
Blink with...
Lil Wayne and some other band.
I'm
but
going.
They're going to play Enema of the State in its entirety.
Is it...
That album's 20
is it
years
full
old,
Blink?
by the way.
Yeah, I think so.
It's full Blink.
Was it full Blink? All right,
So
let's
definitely
go.
want to go, yeah.
Yeah. I've missed every chance I've had to go see Blink,
Yeah.
so I'm down.
I'm going with Leo. He went to Queens with us. Queens of Stone Age.
You got tickets already?
Well, he and I are getting tickets, so if you would like to be included, let me know.
Where's it at?
Yeah. It's at the...
Dos Equis.
Yeah.
Was that the Grand Prairie
Starplex.
one?
No, that's downtown Fair Park.
Fair Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are they going to have...
If you'd like to go, we'll get something going.
When is it?
August 2nd.
Motherfucker.
Oh,
Is that the outdoor?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's
outdoor.
covered, yeah.
They've done some
it's
changes.
covered, but...
Half of it's covered.
Yeah.
As long as you don't get lawn tickets, you'll be all right.
It's still going to be
They
105.
put in screens on the sides now.
Do they? So you
Yeah.
can still see
They've
some?
upgraded it a little bit.
Like-
Since you've been there.
Like TV screens that you're talking about?
Yeah.
They didn't have them when River Post was playing. They turned them off.
Yeah.
So
I know they've
people bitched
upgraded
about it. So they just
Yeah.
had the one back screen playing, and people on the lawn said they couldn't see anything.
They had the sides
Wow.
going for food
They'd had
when
them
I was
off.
there.
They had like crap up there.
That must have
a
been
video of him.
post thing.
Because they were on whenever whoever played before.
Are there sunflowers out there?
That was definitely post.
No, that was before Sunflower.
Okay.
What?
I was trying to talk in post.
I mean, that
lyrics.
song was out, but I don't think it was big.
Did you drive your 92 Explorer there?
I think he played that.
Hope you drove into a wall because that's garbage.
It was a good show. Good times.
Said
I
no
like
one
Post
ever.
Malone.
So do I.
He's all right. Questionable face tattoos, but he can make a song.
Disagree.
Again.
Cheers.
Oh,
Anyway,
when it comes back, I'm going again.
congrats.
What's other shows coming soon? Oh, that's it.
Wasn't there? There was another one that was coming up this summer that somebody was interested in. I can never remember it.
Oh, that was that festival thing,
Yeah.
Rockstar thing.
Yeah.
That's on the 21st this month.
That was it.
Yeah,
Is it outdoors?
I think we're doing
yeah.
Why do they keep doing fucking outdoor concerts in Dallas?
because
Like,
it's
stop.
cheaper for them, and we don't have that many big
What's wrong with
venues
Warp?
in
I
Texas.
mean, Warped Tour was fine.
In Dallas.
I mean, it was hot, but
It was awful.
whatever.
I mean, we enjoyed it.
We
but-
almost died.
Yeah, we did.
That was fine.
I say Blue's life.
Yeah, he
Blue
was a little,
almost died.
He was a little overheated.
Yeah.
I had to work all night and then went to that and then worked the next night. That sucked.
I bet.
But that hat saved my life.
I think I lost like 3 stars off of that Uber home after Guar,
Oh, yeah.
covered in blue.
Man, I wish I could read my Uber ratings. I
Oh,
don't
that
know
would
how
be
many times
interesting.
I've slept in an Uber on the way home drunk.
Yeah.
Many, many times. And I've had the dude be like, hey, you're home. I'm like, what? Okay.
I'm just perfect.
Never done that. Did you know that Uber is rolling out a silent ride option,
Yeah.
but you have to pay extra for it?
What?
Fuck that. No,
So-
I'll just tell the driver to shut the fuck up.
What's your driver rating? Or your rider rating?
4.9 or something.
Come on, buddy. Let's see it.
I have to take the A team home. I'm only like 4.6. What are you at?
Mine is 4.91.
I don't use
496.
I don't use Uber that much anymore.
I don't either. I use Lyft.
Yeah.
Can
Anyway,
you look at your Lyft rating?
we're just fucking plugging for companies at this point.
It's not like anybody doesn't know who Uber and Lyft are.
Yeah. But
But
so we mostly plugged through a miniseries.
Personal info, pronouns. Really?
So
wait, so you can dictate your pronouns? That's hilarious. Sorry. We have started a new miniseries.
Uh-oh.
So if
Kill
we're gonna
me.
get into
It's
that,
time. We haven't seen the last episode, B and I, so.
yeah,
no, that's all right.
those are the beers I was gonna get the other day.
I have Half-Life
Yeah,
by the Manhattan Beer Project. Since
Oh.
we're going to be talking about,
I was gonna get the sours just to spite you.
You
I think they were
motherfucker.
called something.
What is this?
Yeah,
it's
it's made here.
yeah, Manhattan Beer. Actually, they're opening
Hazy
up.
IPA?
Yeah, they're opening up in downtown. They're opening up a brewery right now. They're like a shared brewing space, but they've been successful enough that they're opening their own.
Why it's
own
called the
spot.
Manhattan Project if it's a Dallas area beer
Because they're probably nerds.
They're all
from New
they're
York.
all nuclear themed beers.
Yeah. So this one is Half-Life. There's one that's like plutonium 235. There's one
It's
called
uranium 235.
uh,
Uranium is 235.
well, plutonium whatever is the name of the beer. But you are correct. Is there a uranium beer too?
What?
Is there a uranium beer too?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, There's oh fuck, I can't remember. They got me with the marketing, and the beer's pretty good too. So, but the miniseries that we're going to be talking about. So spoilers, if you haven't seen Chernobyl.
Oh yeah, Chernobyl motherfuckers.
You Chernobyl motherfuckers, or Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Starting at 1950.
1950.
So this is your last warning. If you haven't watched the show, then get out.
Don't come back.
All right. So, what you guys think? Let's start off with episode 1. Starts with the disaster and the immediate effects of what happened.
Starts off really cool.
Yeah.
Not the dude killing himself part.
Oh yeah.
But the whole did we fuck up? And
Yeah,
then
but I thought that
Dyatlov-
one, man,
Dyatlov just being a fucking
it
cunt.
kind of, pissed me off that they were so dumb about, especially that one dude with the long hair.
Yeah.
Dyatlov.
Everyone's like, dude, it's gone. He's like, no, it's not. But I guess if they all believe that it was impossible.
Well,
But people were going and looking at it and like, dude, it's gone. And he's still like, I don't believe you.
so that's called cognitive dissonance, and that's part of the reason why U.S. politics sucks so much. But we'll not go down that road. What's going on there, and without giving away too much, you get more character development with that guy
Right.
later in the show.
I've seen all but the last.
The last episode, you see the last episode, they go through what happens leading into the accident too, so you understand why he's like that.
Okay.
But it shows, you have incompetent leadership, and disastrous results can happen, right?
Yeah. So, of course, after watching the first episode, I looked it up. Like, what actually happened? How many deaths were there? Because it looks like everybody should be dead from that show, but not that. I mean, people die, but not that many. Like 30 or something. But
Okay.
people are getting cancer and stuff, which is
So the official death toll, which is what the USSR has stuck with.
So I mean, this is the problem throughout the whole show. Like, it's the main theme of the show is that you can't trust anything that the USSR says, because even like when they're trying to get help from other countries, they lie about the roentgen to where the robot doesn't work. So you can't believe how many people died because
Yeah, but the state has only ever acknowledged that 30 people died from direct radiation,
which is
exposure,
fucking bullshit.
which is fucking bullshit. There are more people in the show that you see die than what actually
right.
were
a
limited.
ton of people are dying in the show.
Interesting fact. The 3 dudes that they show that go in, that they make volunteer to go in the diving suits
Yeah.
and kill themselves to turn off the valves.
Uh-huh.
They're still alive right now.
NRL?
They may
one of them
may
them
have
died like 5
recently
years ago.
passed, but
Yeah.
like they didn't immediately
So that actually
die.
happened. I wondered how
Yeah.
much of the stuff they're showing is
So-
real or how much
I
is
mean,
showed
they
from the-
expected them to die. It's just
Yeah,
that-
they said in a week or something that they thought they were going to die.
they fully expected them to die. It just
Yeah, what I think they didn't account on is how much the water shielded them from the extremely radioactive things out there. So the water itself was radioactive, but the suits were capable of protecting them to
From
some
the water
extent.
stuff?
Yeah. Protect them from what was in the water, and everything else in the building was the water was protecting them. So they were relatively okay. They all had radiation sickness. They all,
there's an XKCD about that too.
yeah,
about
I
you can-
love that one.
Yeah, you can swim in a radioactive in a nuclear reactor.
Yeah, in the
relatively.
cooling ponds,
Yeah,
as they're called. The water
because
shielding.
water's pretty awesome about it. Anyway, sorry.
So, wifey, I'm sure, hated watching this show with me because I have a morbid fascination. Thank you, sir. With radioactive, nukes and radioactive disasters and all sorts of that stuff. So
Yeah.
this has been kind of like one of those like curiosities that I've maintained throughout the years. And so as I'm watching the show, I'm pausing it and telling her like why they're showing stuff in the show.
Yeah.
Like in the first episode, whenever they realize that it's radiation burns and they pull all the clothing off and pile it up in the basement, that is the most radioactive spot in the hospital.
Yeah.
Still to this day, because it was so irradiated the clothing was. And so they show the clothing dumped in a pile, and that
And
it's
their
piled
hands are all
up.
burned.
Yeah. And I don't know, just watching the show, I'd like pause it and like say, hey, this is why they're showing you this stuff, and
yeah,
shit like that. But I really enjoyed it, and it doesn't have the fame and success of other HBO shows, but I know that it's been a nice palate cleanser for the ending of Game of Thrones.
Generation Kill to me, like it's satisfying everything that Generation Kill did. Like I love it. It's so good.
And I was curious watching the first episode. I was like, well, they did the accident. How are they going to maintain like this level of intensity and whatnot? And they did a great job throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like
one thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I like that professor dude. He's cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. One thing I don't think that they did a great job of showing it, but I don't think they did a super good job of showing the scale. Is that the like, you know, the 90-second drills, or not drills, I'm gonna call them drills, but when the dudes went and shoveled it out,
the bio robots,
that was like a civil engineering masterpiece, like of our generation. Like the way they got all that manpower to do that is just a wonder of
3,700 people or something.
Yeah. And the overall, what do they call them?
So that actually happened.
Yeah, they had a name for it, but it was like 600,000 people worked on the cleanup of that.
Yeah.
To prevent the spread of the radiation. And, you know, they show it at the end, but the cleanup that they did was only meant to be temporary to stop the immediate. The sarcophagus, as it was called.
Yeah. The concrete, those, you know.
Yeah, it was only there to contain it for a little while they worked on a permanent solution. And what they did to clean it up, which doesn't get shown in the show because it just got finished like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Is one of the biggest like civil engineering, like as far as like construction projects of all time. It's crazy.
It's just like, yes, it happened, and it's because it happened in the USSR, and the bureaucracy is what caused the Chernobyl disaster. But also, it was mitigated by the man for. Can y'all stop gulping in your mics, fuckers? They mitigated it. No other country could have mitigated it like they did because no other country had the manpower that the USSR had, just like World War II. Like, they threw fucking bodies at the problem, and it was awesome.
China could have done it.
Not with the efficacy that the USSR did.
What's interesting is with any radioactive disaster, like there is inherent risk of like people are going to get exposed. There are long-term consequences for the people who help clean it up. And this is something that I hope they do a similar show about Fukushima at some point, because the only other nuclear disaster that's on the same scale is Fukushima.
Yeah.
And in Fukushima,
tsunamis.
Elderly Japanese people volunteered for the cleanup, because they knew that it was going to shorten lifespans.
They're like fucking done living already.
Yeah, or that by the time the radiation has a chance to affect them, they're going to die from other illnesses anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, the liquidators, is that what they call them?
Something like that.
Yeah. The coal guys, the coal miners. That coal miner is my favorite character of the show.
Yeah. You can't say that to us. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, you're the minister of coal, huh?
Yeah.
And they just...
Yeah.
Now you're the minister of coal. Acting is great. Skarsgård fucking kills it.
Is that what the dude's name is?
Yeah.
He's the statesman, career statesman.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get you 5,000 tons of boron and sand.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
He's the other Skarsgård that's in True Blood and Generation Kill. That's his dad.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Speaking of Skarsgård, that one show, Big Little Lies or whatever.
Oh, is he in that show?
Yeah.
I don't watch it.
That show's not bad, but back to Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Very well acted. Everybody's great.
Still throws me off a little bit. Every now and then you'll get a British accent, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so when the ticket talked about it, they made it sound like it was super British, but I think that's not that British.
Well, it shouldn't be British at all.
Right.
But I
feel like they're speaking English and Russian accents, which is fine.
Not that many are.
Some of them are, yeah.
Well, that was kind of the point that I was making, is if they did English and fake Russian accents, it would have been worse than just letting the actors speak in their normal tones, which is what I think they're doing. I think any actor that is using a Russian accent is probably somebody who's from Russia.
Yeah, because they say the Russian names pretty well.
Yeah.
When they say their names, it's like, it sounds like they've been saying them for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That makes you wonder how long they practice saying that Russian shit.
Mm-hmm.
But good show.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Unfortunately, we couldn't really do an episodic thing because it's wrapped up by the time that we got here. And I mean, you can go in depth on it, but
yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot of like. It's not really a plot-driven show.
Mm-mm.
So
it's based on true events too. So
yeah. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's not like, oh, this scientist betrayed this other scientist with this discovery. It's just quick synopsis is pretty.
It's more about how they show the unfolding of events that people may not be aware of. Was kind of neat, but anybody that's curious about it can always just like skip ahead and go read the Wikipedia article.
Yeah. I thought the one thing I was curious about was how they were going to show the core, and I thought the core looked really cool the way they showed it.
What was left of it?
Yeah.
Just a blazing radioactive thing.
Mm-hmm.
I touched on this I think a little bit whenever we were finishing up Game of Thrones and moving on to this and trying to get you guys to watch it. I am fucking terrified of radiation. So this show like triggers me kind of. Like watching it, like I'm uncomfortable. And like I see dust floating in the air in my apartment and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna die.
You know, Dallas was supposed to have a particle accelerator below us.
Mm-hmm. South of Dallas, right?
Waxahachie.
Yeah. And it was supposed to be the biggest one in the world.
Yeah. And
they partially dug the tunnel.
The tunnels are there.
Yeah, you can look at it from space and you actually see the outline of it.
Yep.
Did you know there's a guy that stuck his head in a particle accelerator?
Yeah, it's got a hole in his head.
Yeah, but he lived.
Yep. Shitty day.
Did you ever, or in doing this...
on purpose?
No. So he was like working on it and like some safety things got crossed and they ended up firing it. And they fired it while he was in the path of the beam. And so the particle beam went through his head.
Apparently it made him like a huge asshole afterwards.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like a lobotomy. Like they just kind of like fucked up a part of his brain. But they showed an x-ray or a CAT scan or something. And you can clearly see just a line going through from here out the top of his head.
Yeah.
He lived though, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
When I went to Los Alamos, there was definitely a part of the particle accelerator held together by duct tape.
Mm-hmm. There's a particle accelerator at UNT, the physics building. I mean, it was a small one. But I started looking up other like accidents of atomic natures, and if you go down that rabbit hole, you'll find things about like the Demon Core.
That dipshit.
Yeah, which was part of the Manhattan Project.
That was kind of cool, like where they did the chalk and they did the math in the room. Like, oh, I'm dead. You're dead. You're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there was a security guard in the room that was saved because all of the radiation hit the guy doing the experiment. And like he was shielded from it.
That guy fucked up. It's like everybody told him, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, one of the prominent scientists is like, if you continue doing this experiment this way, you will be dead within a year.
He was opening, it's called the Demon Core, but he was opening up like unshielded uranium with basically a butter knife.
Yeah,
and
so
he fucked up and opened it up too much and exposed everybody in the room.
Well, the other way around. So it was a subcritical mass of, they were working on bomb parts to make atomic bombs, and the thing that was around it was a reflector, so that like if you close the seal, it causes the reaction to intensify and eventually explode. And in measuring that, the way that they kept the two parts apart was with a screwdriver. And he fucked up and slipped, and it closed. And when it closed, it caused the reaction to happen. But it was like, you think about this, like, if it had stayed, it would have melted down and, like, exploded. But he was able to, like, knock it off and save it. But, like, the only thing stopping a nuclear reaction from happening is a fucking screwdriver. Moron. But, I mean, you can say that, obviously. It's, like, Darwin Award type stuff. But the guy was, like, a PhD physicist and all that shit.
But they did the math. They had everybody stop in the room. And they measured out from the core. And they're like, well, okay, you took this much radiation, you're going to die. And that's kind of crazy.
And that core got the nickname Demon Core because that was the second accident. The first one, a guy was stacking a bunch of those neutron reflecting bricks around it to see how many it would take to cause the chain reaction to happen. And the alarm started going off saying, hey, if you put one more brick up, like it's going to go critical and start reacting and kill everything. And he was like, oh, I will stop then. But then he dropped the brick and caused the reaction and same sort of thing. He was actually the first person to die in the Manhattan Project.
Oh, yeah.
And it was that core of plutonium, I think.
Sorry.
The Demon Core.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry. You just...
I inhaled. I didn't blow a snot rocket on your couch. I have nose whistle going and I can hear it. I might have to go blow my nose here in a second. But that stuff fascinates me. So I'll go down YouTube rabbit holes and look up stuff like the Tsar Bomba and whatever. But I loved it. I love that they made the show. I love that everything they did with it. You guys, have you finished it?
No.
He hasn't watched the last one, right?
Okay. Same. I knew you did. I couldn't remember if you did.
Yeah,
I apologize.
One more episode.
The finish is satisfactory. It wraps up a lot of stuff. It's good.
Yeah, because the USSR dies.
Yeah. And they touched on it in the show, and it's widely been believed that the accident at Chernobyl was part of the reason that the USSR fell apart, because it cost so much money and material and men.
It was all part of the plan.
Oh, so you think it's sabotage?
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe go fuck yourself.
Maybe go fuck yourself. Yeah, I loved it. So what's next? What do you guys want to watch next?
Stranger Things. Well, we got a month. Big Little Lies.
No.
We do need to watch something uncharacteristic.
Here we go.
We got
Big Little Lies is good.
Black Mirror's 3 episodes.
I have not seen any of it.
Really? Oh, bro.
Not one episode.
Got some good ones. You'll like them,
What's it
actually.
on?
Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Hmm.
It's
It's like Outer Limits.
That was like a judgmental.
Oh.
It's Mateo being Mateo.
It's a
Technology-based Outer Limits.
yeah, it's like the dark futures that technology is going to take us to, and it's really fucked up. Like I don't mind watching a lot of dark shit, and I know you don't at all, but like that show is so depressing and
You can
dark.
watch 2 episodes a week max before you just feel like an asshole for another few days.
Like it puts
really?
you in like a fatalistic mentality of like, why does it matter?
Yeah.
It'll make you want to throw your phone away. We can only watch 1 episode a night whenever we're like trying to watch it.
Yeah.
They're fascinating.
I'll do 3 a day.
They're like thought experiments. They're really cool. So watch that. We won't do a review of it, but did y'all watch Bandersnatch?
Nope.
Yes.
I know you did, but I couldn't remember if you
Never
was
even
part
heard
of
of
that.
it.
It's a Black Mirror.
I beg to disagree. I thought you were in the room when we did it. Was that Choose Your Own Adventure movie?
No, I wasn't there for that.
I think you were with Blue.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were there.
We talked about like getting together to watch it, and it never worked out.
Yeah, but I don't think I would have been in Blue alone while watching it. Maybe.
You and Blue, Mrs. Blue,
Yeah, Mrs. Blue was there. Look at these things bouncing.
Impalas.
Cruising down the street in my Impala. Did y'all ever
964.
download that Tie My Shoe song? My name is Tie My Shoe. This is a little
What?
like Korean dude back in the early days of Napster. He's
No,
like
I
a
did
Korean
not.
dude that tried to rap.
I was a LimeWire dude because Napster by the time.
Well,
I was-
LimeWire was before Napster. Napster
No.
was
No,
yeah.
Napster was first.
Yeah, because by the time I was
100% Napster was
LimeWire
first.
and Napster was already getting looked at.
Yeah, Napster was the one that made it all popular, and
So I
then
thought I was,
LimeWire and Kazaa and all those came up.
Oh,
after.
Kazaa. That was a good one.
BearShare was like right after Napster.
The first thing I downloaded was the history of fuck, or
what?
not the history, but the
that was
etymology
wild.
of the word fuck. Because it was a funny joke.
Okay.
I used that. I was like, "Hey, Dad, check out this funny thing that I found. Can I continue to download songs?
Illegally.
It's 100% legal."
God. And I don't know about you guys. I didn't have high-speed internet at all until
No,
I
that
moved
shit
to the
would take,
dorms.
like, 50 minutes.
So, yeah, if we got a phone call Everlong got interrupted. And remember, Everlong took like 3 days to download.
Well, we had the same problem even when we got high-speed internet. So you had dial-up internet, which maxed out at 56K, and then we got DSL, and that was the new hot shit, right?
Yeah.
But with DSL, it was still running over the phone lines. And so if you got a phone call, it would still kick off. Now, where we got opulent is my parents got a second phone number.
Phone line, you fucks.
And that was the one.
Hey, you got DSL.
We got DSL.
Yeah.
Oh, you got dick-sucking lips.
You like fish dicks?
It's funnier when you don't have to say it out loud.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, Lord.
So many people would ask that question in school when that shit came out.
I may have to ask my folks about that. What the speed of our first DSL was, because at the time I didn't understand internet speed. I just knew that it was faster, and I knew that T1 was what you wanted. Those T1 lines.
We had T1s at the dorms, but they were so fucking
saturated.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but just so the ports were blocked on like anything, right? Like even if you forwarded the ports, you were fucked, right? Like I remember trying to get my Xbox to work on it, and that's when I sold it to you because it was worthless in the dorms.
I didn't know that was the reason.
Wasn't that the bit? Like
I knew you were selling it. I didn't know that was why. I'm not surprised. I wonder if with the advent of VPNs being a thing, I wonder if the dorms are still censored.
Maybe.
Because with a VPN, you can just bypass all that bullshit.
Yeah, maybe.
Curious. I never lived in the dorms.
What?
That's true. That's why you don't know.
Mm-mm.
I expected you to know, but you don't.
I don't. I kind of wish that I did.
Dorms are fun, man. Good time.
I feel like there's an experience. I know that they sucked and there was a lot of problems with it, but you did get some like life lessons from it.
Oh, yeah.
And you got a lot of stories from it.
Man.
I lived with my sister. It's not like that was much better.
Yeah.
I didn't know either of my roommates the 2 years I lived in the dorms.
My roommate,
Really?
I
Just
swear
came
to
in,
God,
right?
dude.
Yeah, whenever I lived there. But
My
I lived in
roommate
the same room.
never fucking showered. Never showered. The whole time there, I never saw him shower. Never saw him have a towel. And then for Christmas break,
Did he stink?
he told me, oh yeah. He
What
told
was
me,
he? Was it a white dude?
yeah, he told me, it's
No
like,
way.
I'm just going to go hitchhike for a couple weeks. And he came back 12 weeks later. 12. Our break was only like, what,
2.
6?
Jeez.
4. Huh.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Yeah, dorms are good times.
I went to your dorm room once in Kerr.
Kerr? Yeah.
But yeah, West Hall was crazy.
I don't know if I ever went to your...
West
I think
Hall
so,
was
once.
the Wild West.
Yeah.
Like,
Kerr was pretty wild. People were always downstairs in the little lobby. Elevators always had piss and puke
Yeah.
in them.
The only...
Rolling my gear bag out every time I was like, oh, I'm getting in trouble for having a gun.
yep, I remember
My
that.
fucking shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was the big thing. Like, you weren't allowed to have your paintball gun in the...
Yeah.
I remember that being a battle that the Godfather was trying to fight. Like, it's
But
not
I had
a
mine.
gun.
I had mine in there.
That's a rare thing. My
Kept my
RA
gear bag under the bed.
didn't care.
Yeah,
but
my RA
then
did. My RA was
RA
pretty cool.
got arrested for selling drugs.
Oh,
Yeah, the RA's room was pretty sweet too. I went in there once. He had a whole room to himself.
Yeah,
Fridge in there full of beer. I just remember like you'd walk down the hallway and people have their trash outside and it'd be like half full of Keystone cans.
Yeah.
You know, everybody in here is like 18. Like, come on, guys.
And every
I mean, if
every
you're gonna
water
eat-
fountain
drink,
was full of
fuck.
ramen.
Yeah.
Every water fountain was full of ramen.
If you're gonna drink, okay, but don't be like, oh, here we are drinking.
The only time I ever stayed in a dorm, not with someone that I was dating, was for orientation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stayed at Kerr.
Yeah, we stayed at Kirk.
Mhm. I was 17 during orientation.
Oh, that's good.
I was too.
Were you?
Actually, I think I was too. Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Age.
mean, I turned 18 in August, and I started in
Oh, yeah,
September or
see,
whatever.
July.
And then, God forbid, you dated somebody in the girls' dorm, and you had to hide in the closet while they checked the rooms every night.
Oh no,
See, Kerr was guy, girl floors, right?
co-ed. Oh, floors. Yeah.
The wings.
Floors.
Oh, really?
No, we
West
were
was
like
wings.
7th, because I was on the 7th floor.
It's
Top
funny
floor, so
that they
it was-
try.
It was guy, girl.
I mean,
guy,
obviously, like you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do like hallways or something like that, and you shouldn't have like shared bathrooms between male and female. But
And West had community bathrooms.
girl.
Oh,
Thank God
ew.
we didn't have that.
Yeah.
fuck.
We shared it with our suite mates, but
Yeah, you had 2 guys in a room, and then a bathroom in between.
It wasn't that bad.
A couple of times, you'd wake up to go piss and open the door, and there's your sweet mate laying on the floor with puke all on the toilet.
Yeah, see, the community wasn't that bad.
You just piss in the shower and move on.
I shared a bathroom only in the 2013 house, or 2316 house. Before you lived there.
Opulence.
Yeah.
This guy.
Well, I mean,
Fucking this guy.
I've only shared a bathroom once.
I've only shared a bathroom once in my life.
that's not necessarily. Oh, I'm sharing one now.
Oh, yeah. No.
Open door policy.
Yeah.
Not yet. But motherfucker, can you hear a lot?
Yeah.
I always turn the fan on when I go in there. I'm like, you ain't hearing this.
That's why I hate why my bathroom's like right here.
People walking down the hall here and you just dominate.
I don't give a shit about that, but like, say you have somebody on your couch right here, and you want to let it fall, but just.
Wifey's probably gonna kill me for telling this story.
Mm-mm.
So the
Tell her to quit listening before whatever time it is.
yeah, hey wifey, stop listening. I'll tell you when to listen later. Whenever we first were dating, she would not use the restroom
Doo-doo.
while we were together. And one time, I guess the stars aligned and fate was not on her side, and she was like,
I have to.
I need you to go outside, and I need you to stay out there until I come get you.
Oh my god.
I was like, why? And she's like, just go outside. Why? And then she told me, I was like, oh, that's all you had to say.
You didn't want to be in there during that?
No, I didn't care.
Respect.
I didn't care.
Tell her that.
RESPECT.
I did, and she was like, I care. And it was more about just me getting out there. But I had a very conscious decision whenever we were dating, because, we had the long distance bit. So whenever we were together, we had to, like, accelerate certain things that had to happen in relationships.
So that's why you opened door. Well,
no, that's why I ripped ass in front of her, like, immediately. Like, I did not hide that at all.
Okay.
And that's carried on for a long time now. And she hates it. But I let her know very early who I was, deep down. I'm a person that farts. Like
Everybody
everyone
farts.
else.
Yeah,
exactly.
You do fart a lot. That's why we love you.
I haven't heard a fart this episode.
It's because I had sushi for lunch. So I got a nice clean palate in my stomach. Non-gas inducing.
Wow, that was loud.
God damn it! Just
I didn't think it was going to crackle.
it's where like every function funnels in front of the mic.
Well, if we want to solve that issue, part of the way that we do that is upgrade the mics.
You don't even need to upgrade the mic. Just integrate a cough button.
Well, the problem is that these mics pick up everything that's happening in the room too.
Okay.
But
your
there
second.
are much better mics that
Survey
only have polar patterns that are immediately around the device and don't pick up the rest of it.
I'm fine with upgrading the mics, because then I can use one of these instead of the fucking Yeti that falls off of my desk every 10 minutes.
Why do you need that Yeti anyway?
What?
Why do you need that Yeti anyway?
I use the Yeti for everything.
So the Yeti sounds very good, but you have to be in an acoustically dampened room.
Yeah, people with ASMR have that.
What did I see?
That
I was watching
I love
a car
ASMR
construction video, like where they were working on a car, and it was an ASMR, where they had like mics down there hearing like the bangs and clacks and wrenches turning
that
and
would
shit.
kill me.
I was like, it's gone too far. Like, people are just doing that.
Have we bitched about ASMR?
I like it, so y'all can bitch.
Not more than what we've done now.
I don't know what it is. I think it's just some inherent part of me that's like, if you're gonna talk to me in a normal voice.
Yeah,
Like, it's just
the whispering doesn't really get me. That's such a big thing.
Something about it just fucking pisses me off so bad.
They have non-talking videos.
The sounds and all that, they don't bother me, but when they whisper at me,
You don't get the tingles though.
no,
That's the whole
it
bit.
gets
That's
me
called
so,
friction.
It gets me so triggered. Like, I want to throw my screen.
I just like how stupid the people look when they're doing it.
Oh yeah.
Like, you watch it on Twitch, and it's these girls wearing very low-cut shirts.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say,
they're like,
for some reason, part of the ergonomics of it is a low cut shirt. Like,
Yeah,
because in an
amplifies
audio
the
thing,
sound. Like,
yeah.
it just. The
and there's
acoustics
visual
of the
cues
boobs.
too that will do it, but not boobies aren't one of them.
No.
You're sure
Although,
about that?
I don't know. Boobies
My head
can
doesn't really.
slap.
I mean, yeah, so can asses.
No, they clap.
They clap.
No,
Speaking of asses clapping.
I mean, it's the same thing that like
We need Matty Bo back on permanently to stop these conversations.
Why?
to bring us back up instead of just wallowing in the gutter.
Yeah.
It's fine. This is what
Sheriff
the people want to
Matty
hear.
Bo.
It's what the
Do
people
they?
want to hear. I don't
Tell
know.
us.
You've never seen
leave
an
a
ass
comment.
clap.
Tell us.
I feel bad for you.
Tell us. Our views went way down after Matty Bo left.
No, our views went way down after Matty Bo left because we put everything on podcasts, which is how people want to hear it.
Yeah,
Nobody's watching the YouTube
YouTube.
videos anymore,
because you have to keep the YouTube up.
which is okay by me because we got hit with a copyright strike
What?
on YouTube on episode 4.
Oh, on 4?
I
What do
wasn't
we
there for
do
that.
on... What was copyrighted?
Nothing. It was the same format, same song. It was just me and you talking. We didn't play any music. We didn't do anything.
Huh.
So we got hit by a copyright troll.
Was that recently?
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, YouTube, you can eat a dick.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean, I was like, if we were really tying our platform to this thing, I would be more upset. But we're now like branching out to other stuff, so we'll figure it out. And that's the thing. Like, so
And you can't fight back on YouTube.
well, you can, but I learned a lot of things when this happened.
Yeah.
First off, it gives you the name and the email of the person that claimed
reported
it.
you.
So I emailed the person. I was like, "Hey, I'm
Fuck
willing
you.
to comply. Let me know what about my video was copywritten." And the music that we were using previously was available on a bunch of different videos across all platforms, and it's listed as
Well, and it's still less than 30 seconds, so it's
it
gonna
should
fair
be
use
fine.
either way.
Did they answer?
No, they did not answer.
Yeah.
Obviously. And I tried to Google the email address, and I mean it's somebody's name. It's like x@gmail.com
Okay.
or blank at gmail.com
Yep.
or Hotmail. But they didn't respond. And whenever you click dispute, it says you are entering into a legal process,
Oh, yeah.
is what the disclaimer says. And I was like, I don't really care that much.
Yeah.
But the music that I'm using are on a bunch of other YouTube videos. And they all say like Creative Commons, free to use, well, all that sorts of stuff. Like it's free to use music.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's worth fighting, and so I just changed the music. Did you listen
No.
to last week?
No.
Oh.
Well, I did, actually. Yeah, I did.
Did you not notice it was a different song?
I usually skip ahead to see if the sound is sounding well.
Uh-huh. And then let it go.
Yeah.
So the song that I chose,
Don't worry about it. Don't play it. Don't play it.
I can play it.
No, don't.
You know
play.
why?
I literally don't want you to play it because...
I was trying to look up the track title,
Yeah.
but you know the band very well.
Oh, it's EXE, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Then I definitely don't want you to play it.
I mean, I found something that was just instrumental of their music.
We'll just bug. That's even more reason for Matty Bo to get moving forward with.
Well, that's what my text message was about.
Yeah. Okay.
So hopefully we get to commission our friend the artist Matty Bo to do our intro song. But until then, you get to hear the musical stylings of our friends from college.
Fantastic music too.
Mm-hmm. Although this is, I mean, I was just looking for something generic to act as music lead again.
That was played at the wedding though, right?
It was.
Yes.
Good times.
It was. I went down to the DJ early to make sure that he got it. Although a lot of things were happening during the wedding, so I don't think he got to enjoy it very much.
The DJ?
No.
Yeah, he's busy getting married.
Zach.
No,
It's not a
Zach.
whole lot
No,
of
there was
enjoyment
like some
going
drama
over there.
going on with his family, I think, or something. I don't remember. There was something. Maybe not. It wasn't that song. It was some other song. I was trying to get him out there to sing, but he was like saying bye to people.
Don't worry about it.
It's fine. I went through that wedding bit. I understand it. But yeah, thanks for the music, pal. If he listens.
Yeah,
Hey,
dudes.
he did.
Yeah, thanks for allowing us to use your music.
Yeah. What? I don't know.
Yeah.
The music is also hosted on our channel, so it's almost like it's our music. I mean, it's not,
Dibs.
but yeah, that was an interesting process that I went through. I went through a lot of firsts in the past 2 weeks when it comes to doing podcast stuff.
Cool.
We are up to, I think, an estimated like 60 or 70 downloads on our podcast over the last 3 weeks. So.
I'm like 58 of them myself.
Yeah.
My phone's about to explode.
Too much data.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Good stuff on that front.
We're not going by downloads, though. We need subscribers, and I don't know how to track that, so it's a problem.
Well, yeah, it's a problem because we're split across so many different platforms, and we don't meet
track them.
Well, we don't meet the minimum criteria for them to track them for us.
Yeah.
So we don't need to worry about subscribers until we get above like a couple hundred.
Oh.
Maybe we'll do Power Hour at 200 downloads on.
Yeah. Okay.
200.
It'll take some working, but that also puts a ticking clock. That means that we are going to do
June 28th.
In like a couple weeks.
June 28th we'll do it.
Or 500.
When is the solstice?
3 weeks.
21st.
It's Friday, isn't it?
It is, but I can't do it that day.
Why?
Because that's the championship game.
You're not going to be in the championship, bud.
Well, maybe.
Tell you what.
They won last year, so hey.
If you guys get beat, then we'll do it.
On the 14th is next. What's the 14th? Next week?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
we
our
could
first
also do
playoff
a
game.
late podcast after your game.
I think the championship game would be at like 7 or something, so I'd be done at 8.
We can do a late podcast after dark.
After dark.
Especially if I win, then hey, I'll be ready to go.
I'll get Wifey on board to be the referee. Let's get Blue in here for it.
But he works.
On Fridays?
Yeah.
No, we want people that can actually do it, though.
Ooh.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
Miss Blue can do it. Mrs. Blue?
How fucking funny would that be?
Oh, man.
If she does it before him?
I would help
Century
train
Club?
her.
I think she could do it.
No.
Yeah, if it's wine. Oh, yeah, easy.
Hell no. You're throwing up if it's wine.
Yeah, definitely. If it's wine? I mean,
Wine's more... You already have to do a power hour with...
every ounce of wine is 3 times the alcohol of an ounce of beer.
The alcohol's not the problem.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
it is. At that point. When you're
At
doing
that
100 of them.
point, it
At
is.
Century Club, I can do a power hour. I think I can do a power hour.
So let's do the math here.
I can't do a power hour.
A power hour is conservatively, I know we do 7, but conservatively it's supposed to be a 6-pack, so it's 6 beers.
Yes.
No, it's an ounce and a half is a shot. No, no.
I know. That's
why.
But everybody
the ticket
always
pisses me off when they're doing that shit.
I know. I'm giving the
Let's
common
not even
math.
worry about it. Just
Now, hold
don't
up.
No,
Dude, let's do the math.
No, don't worry
Do
about
it with wine.
Pull
It's
back.
All right.
Pull back my statement.
You can see.
Whatever.
It's an 18-pack in an hour.
Man, you're dead.
Do you want to pull up the back calculator?
I've done an 18-pack in an evening.
In an evening.
Yeah, but an hour. Whew.
Oof. How many ounces is that? So we're saying it's an ounce.
Could be my
Ounce
last.
and a half is a shot.
My last hoorah.
How many ounces is in a bottle of wine?
It's 7.5 beers in an hour is a power hour.
A bottle.
Officially.
A bottle of wine is a fifth, right?
It's 750 milliliters, no?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how much a normal thing of...
I thought it was.
Is that how much a
Okay.
wine is? I saw wine in a can today at the store.
It's awesome.
Is it? Does it
I
taste
think
as good?
Wifey drinks bottle of wine in a can, right?
Yeah,
Does it taste the same, or...?
I mean, if you're drinking cheap wine, it's cheap wine. They don't put expensive wine.
I'm
in a
curious
can.
if it aerates better, like with the tannins after like a psh, if it aerates better. I'm just talking out my ass now.
Tannins.
Zatan.
25 fluid ounces is a bottle of wine.
Oh, wow, really?
So a power hour is
Like 3...
it's 60 times 1.5.
Because 24 is 2
90.
beers.
So it's 90.
So 25
So that's three
like
three plus bottles of wine
3
in
bottles
an
of
hour.
wine. 3.5 or so. Fuck.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Because one
least-
bottle of wine will get
You
drunk.
conceded
Can
that
you at least give me that I would fucking try?
you
Oh.
would.
To my
would.
death.
God, could
And
you
you know
imagine us buying all the wine to try it? And we need like 15
no, you
bottles.
just buy a Franzia.
I'll stop.
Y'all would have to like.
Ooh, let's do that.
You want to do a Tour de Franzia?
God, what is the Tour de Franzia? I've heard it.
It's a box of Franzia in a night.
Y'all would have to.
Man, we could do it.
Like,
Fuck
just
no, that's 5 liters
saran
of
wrap
wine.
my apartment because there would just be.
I'll puke on your
Red
couch.
puked everywhere. Yeah. So I want to acknowledge a moment of growth for you personally.
What?
We challenged you
And you realize that.
And you realized that it was not smart to go through with
Well,
it.
you didn't challenge me. I said I could do it.
Oh, you want to do it? Let's do it.
But we said you couldn't.
You still have to do a power hour with that one beer.
Oh, with Dream Crusher?
Yeah.
I'll do it. Do
What's
the math
that?
on that. It's 10%.
Oh my god.
Oh,
See, the fluid at that point won't be an issue, but you're gonna be hammered at the end.
Problem is, I don't drink that much anymore.
That's close to
That
that's
might be just
close
bad
to wine.
Yeah.
Because wine's what,
But
like
it's
13 or
just-
so?
So it's
15?
It's like 9, I think.
Nah, bro.
double IPA too. That's so bad. I don't do IPAs very well.
Anymore? I thought you loved that shit.
No. Not me.
9.5.
What? Dream
Okay.
Crusher's your thing.
Yeah.
Because it tastes like
Dream
grapefruit.
Crusher's 9.5?
So it's 2x. So it'd be like doing a 12 pack in an hour,
Okay.
alcohol wise.
So 9.5%.
Yeah. I mean, I'm throwing rough math at you with that. I mean,
Yeah.
we can do the rough thing, but
Okay.
normal, like the beer that
Yeah.
we normally drink is 4.2.
13 or 14 beers or so.
So that's a little more than twice as strong as normal beer.
It'd be 15 beers, basically.
I mean, I can do that. I've
In an
done
hour?
And an hour?
We still haven't done the 30-pack challenge.
We haven't.
Could we do a 30-pack challenge in an hour then? I don't think so. I think it would take a couple hours. An hour and a half at least. That's a lot of beer. Fuck.
Should we do a
We
30
all
pack
don't-
challenge on
we-
the podcast?
We all don't drink as much as we used to. in
I'd rather
college.
do that than the 30-pack challenge because that's less fluid ounces.
What? Do a power hour of...
I'd rather do the Dream Crusher than the 30-pack because that's less water in that. That makes sense.
Water's good.
So you're 200
What?
pounds?
193.
193. Good job.
We almost the same.
15 12-ounce beers, which is what we're roughly calculating. In an hour, you'd have a back of 0.39.
That's not that bad.
0.39?
0.39?
That's death.
That's almost
That's not
0.4.
Death, you gotta get like over 0.5.
That's gonna be like
That's
People-
80.
people
That's
have
80% of the way there.
People have lived and they've been like 0.8.
People have also fallen out of a plane at 30,000 feet and lived, but one did.
Who?
All
It
right.
was in World War II.
I'll,
With
a
no
long story.
parachute?
y'all have it in
Yeah.
No way.
on the air that I've done it multiple times, but I'll concede again. Fuck it.
I'm so proud of you. Let's see if wifey did that.
Did
Should
what?
be dead.
Oh, yeah. 0.8.
0.6. 6.
Should probably ascend to another.
Look
level.
up highest back ever
Yeah.
recorded. And it's like 0.8. And there's people that are driving their car at 0.8.
0.8?
Yeah. Look it up, bro.
0.8?
Yeah. There's people that drink all day, every day, all the time. And they go driving, they get pulled over, and they're at 0.8. And they've lived.
I feel like there's a decimal error there.
No, look it up.
No, it's
Because the
French.
internet can be believed. It's
just
French.
It's Wikipedia. It's on Wikipedia.
It's the highest
so-
their back calculator goes.
Wikipedia is not a...
Not bad, not good.
It's like a chest x-ray.
We're
Highest
making
back. Yeah.
Chernobyl jokes
It's
here.
like 400. What do you say, 400? 1.48, it says, is the highest back ever. After a car crash that resulted in serious injuries, a Polish man's back was taken, and it was 1.4. That's the highest back ever recorded in known history.
Did he live?
He was driving his car around.
Well, I mean, those guys were, like, hanging out in the core for a while, too.
I mean, that's a lot.
The human body can absorb a lot of toxins before it breaks down.
Binge
Yeah.
drinking is bad, apparently.
Apparently.
Okay, the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse defines the term binge drinking as a pattern of drinking that brings a person's blood alcohol to 0.08 grams or above. This typically happens when men consume 5 or more drinks. Women consume 4 or more drinks in 2 hours. So we're almost binge drinking right now.
Bitch, I might be.
Bitch, I might be.
I don't know.
But I think binge drinking, it has to be
There we go.
repetitive.
In
No.
1982, a 24-year-old woman was admitted to the
Well, you have to have a habit
UCLA
of it.
emergency room with a serum
Binge is
alcohol
just
content
the intent to
1.5.
drink repetitively to reach a goal of getting drunk, usually.
Yes, but if you only do that once in your life, then you're not a binge drinker. You've just done it once. A
But
binge
it is a
drinker
binge.
Yes.
You're not a binge drinker, but you're drinking on a binge.
Fair enough. Conceded. Point conceded, I should say.
A woman's got the highest back ever, according to this Wikipedia page.
Well, yeah, they have the
Yeah, it's
advantage.
Wikipedia.
She had 1.3? No. That's the highest. That's the highest for
Was
a
it
woman.
Kesha?
I mean, it was in 1982, so I guess not.
Just
Starting out early.
Poor
wake up
Kesha.
in the morning with a bottle of Jack.
No, she wakes up feeling like P. Diddy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's been a while since I've
She
listened to Key
brushes her
Dollar
teeth
Sign.
with a bottle of
Jack.
Thank you.
But she leaves with the night for the night.
Hey,
She ain't coming
back.
So we had this cool story
Toes.
about
Toes.
Kesha, a Kesha song at Padre,
Mm.
where
I've
we
never
were
been
at
to
spring
Padre.
break on Padre on the beach, and
let's go back.
We're hanging out,
Right?
and
too old?
it was Coca-Cola
Probably.
Beach, and there's a couple thousand people in a very small confined beach, and Kesha comes on with that this place about to blow. And once that first chorus comes up, and that wasn't even that much of a popular Kesha song at the time. Like,
No.
we love Kesha, but the TikTok song was the big song. But once that place is about to blow hits, everybody, for some reason, throws up
They
their
blew.
full beers in the air. And it was like a fucking hailstorm. Like, full beers blacked out the
Seeing
sun.
all those beers go up,
Yeah.
still burned into my brain.
And you see, like, the white foam
Oh my
falling
God.
out.
Yeah.
And it was like, what the hell's happening? Oh, those are going up. We got to get covered. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're coming back
it was
down.
It was cool. Like, you watch them go up until they hit the apex, and then you realize they got to come down.
Hide under the sport umbrella.
Yeah, we had Sport Umbrella, which was like an 8-foot wingspan umbrella that we had used to cool the
Shield our
beers.
beer.
But
In our
at the
trash can.
time, there was like 15 people huddled together just trying to protect ourselves as it was a hailstorm. Like, just full beers just came raining down.
So it was like the scene in Braveheart whenever they're taunting the English and, like, you know, shaking their asses and, like, and then, like, they shoot the arrows and they look up and then they all fall underneath their shields.
Yeah.
Except for instead of, like, male parts, it was, you know, not male parts.
I don't know. That was just...
Good
that
times.
that was fucking crazy. And you know what it was? It was probably one dude threw it, and then his boys were like, "Yeah, that's fucking funny. Throw it." And then all of the people around him,
It's like a shockwave.
yeah, and so it was like boom.
I mean, I don't remember if any of us threw beer. I don't know. I don't remember. But
I can't remember if I did or not.
Just a weird phenomenon. I think we were just more mesmerized by, like, oh, we're about to get concussed.
That's what I like about our group in general is that we realized the problem before it became a problem. We saw it and we're like, that's fucking, oh God. And then, like, 15 people crowded around Sport Brella very quickly.
Yeah.
And then somebody, like, fucking Dikembe'd one
Oh, yeah.
and fucking smashed it out of the air.
Yeah.
it had to be Zach. That seems like a Zach thing.
I think it was a Zach thing.
He likes to slap people with
Shovels?
shovels.
It's the only time I almost hit a woman.
Don't expand.
Yeah, we won't tell that story. No more Padre stories.
Yeah.
Because that was a cluster.
It was good times.
How many beers are we drinking?
So
4 days?
It was 900 beers. Because it was 30-30s between 11 dudes in 4 days.
I just remember we put all the beers, not all the beers, all the day one beers in the backseat of your car, and your
There's a
suspension dropped.
There's a photograph of that.
Yep.
We had one thing of water and like 12 30s.
That was my favorite Walmart trip in my life.
Yep.
And it will always be. Because we got there and we're like, we need to get beer and supplies. And then we realized that beers, like 30 packs were what, $12?
Oh man, they were super cheap, yeah.
It was like $12 or $13, and everybody bought 2. It was like 22 30s. And then we were like, all right, so we need a cooler. And we were like, we don't want to carry one around, and the wheels don't look right. And I don't know who had the idea for the trash can. Was it you? Fucking brilliant. Did we put Justin in there to see how much would hold?
Yeah, that's
Because
one.
I have a mental image of J. Will in the.
That's when the lady walked by and said, "You guys must be A&M students."
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I like how that trash can evolved too, because like we filled it up with beer and water and took it out to the beach, and then we had Sport Barrel, and we're like, all right, how are we gonna do this? And we're like, just fucking jam it through the top, and then
Sacrifice.
Yeah, that was the daily sacrifice bit. Was some of the beers got speared on the way through. Hindsight, if we were smarter, we would have put the pole in first and then filled the beer and ice in and then shut the lid.
Well,
on
we
it.
did that day one, but then
Oh.
the following days, it was too much of an effort to remove the beers that we didn't drink.
Yeah.
So we just kind of left it in there and put all the ice in.
Mm-hmm.
People would throw.
No, because it was from the get go that we did the spear thing, because we were trying to figure out how to do it. And it was just like,
yeah. So we had to cut the holes in the.
Yeah, we cut the holes, and then we realized that they cut your hands, and so the next day there was duct tape around them.
Listen, it was a process as we grew, and we also were drinking while we did it, so it was drunken engineering. And
Do we do it both years?
How do we open the lid? Yeah. How do we open the lid with the Sport Barrel in
we
there?
did.
Yeah. So the second year we just
didn't
knew
open
what
the
to
lid.
do.
We had holes in the lid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And people were throwing their cans in there.
Yeah. So you'd reach in and you get like an empty.
It's like, hey, this isn't a trash can.
Because people didn't steal our beers because they didn't know how to get. It wasn't easily stealable.
The trash can did hold the lady, though.
All right. So do you remember the oldest person you saw at
It
Padre?
did though.
Do you remember the oldest
Us.
person you saw at Padre?
Probably the people telling us we're going to hell.
Man, I wonder what it looks like to those guys.
Because we were 24.
There were some old people.
23.
23. The second time.
And we felt like we were too old to be down there.
We were too old to be there.
No way. That was still fun.
That was still fun.
We're
still
going
fun.
next year though.
Yeah.
I would fucking do it.
I would do it, too.
No.
Dude, we still look like
You know what's
we'd be in
great, though?
college.
The nice part is
Still
that...
get carded at radar
Right. I
movies.
mean, we look like college kids.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Sure.
Don't patronize me.
Just tell them you're an art major.
I'm going back to school.
When people say, how old are you? Just 23.
Nobody likes you.
You ever seen Benjamin Button? Fuck off.
There's definitely older people at the clubs, which is
Yeah.
where you actually had to show your ID.
Fuck it. I don't know. I would go back in a heartbeat. But the nice part is we're old enough, or not old enough, but we are more set in our careers financially that we could afford to fly down there.
Yeah, because that flight
That drive home
fudged up, blue.
sucked. We stopped.
I drove, so it was fine,
every
whatever.
15 minutes. We stopped every 15 minutes.
Because he had to poop or throw up, and then didn't poop or throw up, and then we got back in, and then we drove for 15 minutes.
I barely made
Then he
my
said,
flight.
I got to poop and throw up.
And my flight was like 12 hours later.
And it's a 9-hour drive.
I remember I got to DFW because I had to fly out. I got to DFW and you guys were just hitting Corpus, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, that sucks. And then I spent the weekend hungover in Atlanta.
I guess, I mean, I don't remember being that hungover there. Like, I drove, and it was fine.
I remember the thing is that
I don't remember feeling bad in Padre. And
That-
you didn't really have time. I know one day for sure I
Yeah.
felt horrible, and I remember thinking it took about 9 beers
we didn't have time.
to get feeling okay after one night. Maybe the first night, the second time we went,
I just remember
I think I felt like absolute garbage out
Yeah.
on the
we would
beach,
maybe be
and then
tired.
It took like 9 beers to get feeling okay.
You remember waking up. First person that was waking up ish would play a strobe, and then
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
would start to get moving. But
Brush your teeth and then crack open a Keystone.
that second year
Go
we
get
went,
quesadillas.
because remember I lived back home that year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not me exaggerating. I lost 12 pounds that trip. I'm
Because
not
nobody fucking
exaggerating.
ate.
12 pounds.
We ate 2 times a day. We ate in the morning, we ate quesadillas, and then at night when we were walking back from the bar,
We'd eat
we'd
McDonald's.
And then DB said he was going to go home that first year.
Because I didn't give him
after
a
DB.
chicken.
And he was so convinced that he was going home. Then we woke up, and he was going to stay.
We convinced him there wasn't a train in Padre. Because it's
But
the
J-Will
ocean.
did come out there the second year on
Yeah,
a
a Greyhound.
And we were already lit by the time we got to the beach.
Yeah.
We had to steal him a wristband too.
Yeah.
For
Remember the wristbands
'Cause the
were
second
kind
year-
of
wristband.
the wristbands to get into our
Oh,
condos
yeah,
were
yeah.
kind of
They're like plastic ones, right?
dissuasion from bringing guests to
Mm-hmm.
the hotel or the condo.
Yeah.
Is that
know
where we
what
had
I
to
mean.
jump a fence?
So was it
Yes.
both years that we went through that travel agency, or was it just the second year?
The first year, it might have been both
This-
years. Both years we went through. I still have their card.
Yeah.
And they gave you all those coupons, and that's
Yeah,
how we
and
got
all
to
that
that
shit.
Isla Grande
Yeah.
Yeah.
party, which was fucking awesome. That party was legit.
I met the red stripe guy there.
Yeah,
You did.
he was
I've got
there.
that picture somewhere.
Hooray, beer.
And I asked some
Beer.
chick that was like promoting something for a picture, and she said no. And I was sad. I was like, "How are you gonna promote your crap if I ask for a picture and you say no?" But
Anyway,
Padre. Okay, so we're
might
going
be
next year.
enough, Padre. No, we are not.
I'll go.
We're gonna go do a nice adult trip, like to.
Let's go do a Hangout Fest.
Oh,
In Bama?
I don't
Yeah.
want to do
They say you can't kill your babies in Bama.
a music festival or anything like that.
You don't want to go to Coachella.
I want to go do something nerdy, like DC or
What?
Boston or New York.
Ugh,
I haven't been to any of those.
fuck Boston.
Yeah, fuck Boston, but fuck St. Louis more.
Yeah, so I was watching the game last night and realized I really hate St. Louis. And my previous thought of St. Louis being okay to win the cup completely changed.
Yeah,
I hate
Is
the
it too
Gloria
fucking
bullshit.
welcome.
I hate all their dumb
Yes.
fucking fans. I hate their stupid players. Fuck St. Louis.
Yeah, fuck St. Louis.
That's why I don't know if y'all watched or know anything about the game that happened last night, but
No.
the trip.
that trip that it was a clear trip and St. Louis scored like 10 seconds after to get up to
Yeah.
nothing.
I
That
saw
was garbage.
The
I saw
fixes
somebody
in-
say something in the chat thread, but
That was me. The reffing has been fucking horrible
Yeah.
these playoffs. It's been so bad.
The reffing has been quite bad.
Every team has got fucked at some point. But I still love hockey.
It's the whole let them play is just fucking garbage.
Man,
because it's
I mean,
just
it was
so-
one of the worst trips. He tripped him with not only his stick but his fucking foot too.
Yeah,
And the guy was someone. I mean, he was skating backwards and got tripped, so he kind of landed on his head and was hurt a little bit. And he maybe stopped playing. And I think the other player stopped playing too, which is why. And the goal wasn't even a good goal, but fuck, refs have been horrible. And now fucking St. Louis needs one more. They're gonna play Gloria. Fuck. And I hate when the ticket will. They're gonna be like, oh, let's talk about hockey, and they'll come back from a break and they'll play Gloria, and I want to be like, they're the ones that knocked us out of the fucking playoffs. How are you playing this stupid song?
so there are two schools of thought whenever it comes to playoffs. If you get knocked out, do you cheer for the team that knocked you out because that
I
means
don't.
that you lost for the loser?
are they
Or-
in our division? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
And
I'll
then
stop.
NHL
Go ahead.
playoffs it
Sorry.
is, yeah, but-
Continue.
regardless of division rivals or anything, the team that knocks you out and they go on to win the cup, are you happy because you lost to the eventual loser?
I've never been that person. I don't. Think.
I haven't either. There's a lot of people that cheer that way.
I think I hate
To
that
me,
team more.
fuck that team.
Yeah. I hope they lose next round in 4 games, get swept. Fuck them.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
I mean, so if we got beat by the Predators and they go on to win, no problem with that. Because the Predator series was a pretty clean series.
Yeah.
And it could have gone either way. We beat them.
Yeah.
But the Blues can eat the fattest of dicks.
Especially, I
Because
cannot,
3 years ago, that bullshit, and
Yeah, and then the way Game 6 went this year.
Yeah.
That was fucking
we
trash.
got Game 6 by St. Louis, and the Cardinals thing kind of comes in a little bit.
Yeah.
But
But the bit with,
Fuck that city.
um,
Bish getting hurt,
yeah, Bish getting hurt.
Yeah.
and they score on the. Oh, yeah.
But I don't know how y'all felt about the Predators, but I felt like out of
Preds
all...
are fine. I'm fine with the
Fuck
Preds.
Subban, but
No, I like
Yeah,
Subban.
so, out of all
Fuck you.
the playoff series I've
He's not gonna
watched,
play them
maybe
next year.
the Wild
Yeah.
a couple of years ago,
Yeah,
I don't
when we
have
beat them
any
in the
beef
first round.
against them. Like,
They hate us because we stole their
hate us.
team.
well, yeah, but I don't have any beef against. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like that's a good playoff series. That was a good playoff series. That one dude tore us apart. What's his name? But
Petrangelo.
what?
You little guy, Granlund,
Yeah, that
Granlund.
dude fucking kill us.
Michael,
But,
Michael Granlund. Yeah.
anyway.
I will say, I honestly, I had a lot more hatred and vitriol for the Pacific Coast rivals than I do for the Central.
Yeah,
That's why
With the exception of Chicago and St. Louis.
fuck Chicago.
Fuck those two.
Yeah.
Cool with Nashville. I mean, fuck them, but cool with them. Cool with Winnipeg. Cool with
I kind of hate Winnipeg.
Because they're so big and they just hit the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah, because they hurt. They hurt a lot. But
Fair enough.
yeah.
Surprise hockey.
Sorry, guys.
Speaking of sports,
Yeah, watch
Tottenham
tennis.
lost
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
in the
Liverpool.
Oh,
the Champions
Chelsea
League
won.
final.
Remember when we started this podcast? Whenever Mateo joined, we were
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
soccer.
And hey,
That was
you
the,
lost one championship and Chelsea beat Arsenal to win the other one.
Who's Arsenal?
That's your team,
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, you a
Bruh.
Chelsea fan now?
bruh.
You a Chelsea fan now?
Oh, wait.
No, I think I'm a Liverpool fan. Wasn't I? I was always a
God.
Liverpool fan.
No, you were Arsenal because you like the logo.
No, I think I was always a Liverpool
This
fan.
motherfucker. Go back and
Do I
watch.
need to pull up the tapes?
Go back and listen.
You were Liverpool
We'll let the fans
or
decide.
Arsenal.
Stick it up your arse.
But there was some controversy.
Oh, with
in,
the hot chick?
No, in the Tottenham game.
They got
like
2-0
30 seconds in.
Oh, yeah, the penalty.
Yeah,
kick.
they got a
Yeah.
penalty kick because apparently it hit Sissoko in the arm.
Which is a penalty kick, though.
Did
Did it hit him in the arm? I mean, that's pretty clear. Either did or didn't.
They introduced the inconsistency where it's like, was he trying to block the shot or not? The whole thing is it's subjective, right? Like the ref has to call it, and the ref can choose to call it or not depending on whether or not it was like reacting to getting like kicked in the face or some shit like that. Should have been called. It was the right thing, whatever. But there's controversy there. But they lost, and it was 1-0 for most of the game.
Yeah, and they scored with like.
And they
88.
scored at the end, and it was like, all right, well, okay.
2-0, yeah. Did you watch?
Yeah. Of course it did.
I didn't watch the Chelsea one at all.
It was the
By
Champions
the
League
way,
final.
speaking of soccer, Women's World Cup started today.
Did it?
You excited?
my
I like the
girl
Women's
playing?
World Cup more than I like the men's. I'll watch women's soccer over men's soccer.
Got my favorite soccer player ever.
Yeah. Morgan's
Girl,
on that bitch.
Morgan.
My poster
We
girl.
had a poster of her, yeah. On the door.
I still have it. I actually saw it yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Should
Yeah.
bust it out.
Well,
If
Our
I
first
had a
game
metal
was
door, I'd
Tuesday.
ask for it back.
you can put some magnets up on that door.
How do they work?
That was
yeah.
a deep cut, and I love you for it.
Women's World Cup starting.
Oh, by the way,
Y'all watch
so
tennis?
This segment's going to be not about tennis.
so my boy and I went to Austin to go see the AES. Little did I know how hugely populated Austin is by juggalos. Like,
Oh, really?
hugely. Like, they have multiple
What's a juggalo?
bars. ICP.
Insane
Fans.
clown policy.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Like,
Oh,
no,
you're doing it
listen,
for the
man.
audience?
yeah.
Yeah, dude, like, I saw juggalos, like, in juggalo form. Like, I had no idea. Did you?
No.
Holy shit.
I didn't know they actually were a thing. I know that there was some controversy last fall where the FBI classified them as a terrorist organization.
Yeah, because they tried to be a religion.
Yeah.
That's where they got in trouble.
Huh, really?
Yeah, we were talking to a bartender about it, and she started explaining too, and it's like, whoa, the juggalos are
banger?
here. No. But, yeah, so I guess I didn't realize how involved Austin was with juggalos, but...
I did like the workaholics treatment of it,
Oh, yeah. that was a
where
good
they were
episode.
just like people who like to have a good time.
Yeah.
They're good people.
Yeah, just like normal accountants and stuff. Just
Yeah.
Like, oh, just-
Wait, it's kind of like a different version of the like featherhead thing with Jimmy Buffett. Because like you remember going out to Jimmy
Oh my
Buffett and
God.
That's this weekend, by
parrot
the way.
heads. Is
Parrot
it
Heads. That's Zeus. Yeah. That's,
Saturday?
That's another fucking wild ass place.
like
I
tomorrow.
can't go, but
No.
that first year, nothing will top the first year. We've been chasing the dragon since, and it ain't the same.
Same
Oh,
thing with Padre.
We've had some fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that first year was.
Remember when your
amazing.
sister had to come pick us up?
Was it my sister that picked this up?
Your sister came and picked us up.
That's right.
What year was that?
Second, third, I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing will beat that first year though. It was so awesome,
It was good times.
and that was a complete. We weren't going 24 hours before.
Yeah. Well, you don't need a whole lot to go.
I don't know.
and
Someone was
enjoy
like,
it.
"Oh, Kendall was like, hey, we're going. Oh, let's go too." And then drunkenness and ice loosh tequila shots and titty flashing.
I need
Whoa.
to. I'm gonna go.
Whoa.
All right, so for next year, I'm gonna have a conversation with parents. Be like, hey, I need to borrow the RV.
If you get an RV,
We
I'll
had
go.
serious discussions about renting an RV.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it
there
still
for
at
a while,
it's
we
in
were
Frisco?
pretty.
I think it's the only place they can hold it.
Yeah.
Because they need to have huge parking.
It's still there. That's Dos Equis, right?
Yeah.
Man,
So it is
remember
there.
we went one year and my mom called me on the phone while we were out there? She didn't believe it was me because I was so hammered.
Yeah.
I was like, ask me any question that only I would know. And I was answering. I was that drunk and she was
Yeah.
that into the bit of
We
hanging
were
on.
living in 1120 because your sister took us home, but we made her stop at QT to buy more beer. And she tried to talk us out of it because
remember
we
this.
needed more beer.
She didn't take me home, though.
No, she didn't. Just us. Ask her.
She will remember it.
Man, I don't remember that at all. Was that with
Y'all were
Blue?
petting a snob
a pig?
nose pig. Yeah.
Okay, it was that year. That year I got drunk
Yeah.
real quick
Why?
and had to leave quick.
Why did?
Drunk group historian. I remember a lot.
I don't remember these things.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember like bits and pieces of that, but I was thinking it was Denton, or it would have been McKinney.
No, this was pretty late. That's
I don't know if would that have been. I'll trust you. Fuck.
sorry. This has been a pretty reminiscent
Nostalgic.
episode.
All of our
sorry, guys.
drunken stories.
We
None of the good ones, just the ones that we can tell.
Yeah.
That year? That year?
Yep. Who's that?
Yeah, that
On the
year.
right.
Zatch.
Okay.
What year
Yep.
was that?
There you are.
Yeah, that's me.
What year was that?
2014, apparently.
In July? Yeah, we were in.
June 21st, 2014.
You are correct, sir. Confirmed.
Yeah.
Why did I have her do it? I guess Uber wasn't a big
Remember
thing
that
then.
thing?
Yeah, it was mead. I had that not too long ago. Except that
Oh,
flavor.
that's
you weren't there
fucking
with us.
mead?
Yeah. Were you
I
with
fucking
us?
hate mead.
That's
That shit was
What?
fucking delicious.
That
It's
was
too
pretty
sweet.
Oh, you know what this is? Looking at pictures.
just like your mom. I can't see. Oh, was that the Ebola?
Yeah.
Oh, a bowl
Remember
nurse?
Mateo lived near Ebola?
It was in the next apartment over. I definitely
Dude, I
walked
had
over there to take a photograph of them un-Ebolaizing that unit.
I had a panic attack about that.
About Ebola?
Yeah.
I was in Atlanta when they were flying her, the nurse, to Atlanta Airport. I
So-
was in Atlanta Airport.
So I was.
I was in the airport when she was there.
This was concussion area.
Same.
So my head was not in the right spot. But we went to a Stars game, and I went back up to Louisville, and I was convinced that I had exposed myself to Ebola. Like to the
Being
point
at
where I
Stars
had to,
game?
yeah. Because like it's down here, people have it, and we're at a big conglomerate. It wasn't right, but what I'm saying is like my head wasn't in the right spot, and I was like, I have Ebola, I have Ebola,
You
I
had
have Ebola.
anxiety. And
Yeah.
just
Odd.
anxiety took care of itself.
I lived next to it and never thought I had Ebola.
Well, you don't have anxiety, so
I don't.
You are a
I
very
was never concussed.
stable, rational, unconcussed person.
you don't have to have a concussion to have anxiety.
This is true, but I am also not a very anxious person in general, and I had a lot of anxiety brought on by concussions.
Right. But that's why it's called general anxiety
Disorder. Fair point.
Proud of you.
You're welcome. All right, so we're sitting at $1.30 right now.
That's it.
Let's kill it.
Any final thoughts?
Sorry, guys.
Nope.
So you had an opening statement. Do you have a closing one?
Yeah.
I'm
gotta
gonna put you on
close
the
us out.
spot right now.
Same thing. Close us out, bro.
Just sing a couple lines of closing time.
Country home. I don't know.
Closing time.
Yeah.
All right.
Open up your butthole.
Shit.
No.
Thanks for listening, everybody. I'm
For the
JT.
love of
Mateo.
God. D.
Remember to subscribe, like, comment, all that shit. Ah, damn it. Country road.
No.